Hello, ladies. I am Karen Ray. I'm the founder here at Fave Lifestyles, and we are journeying together, all of our biz girlfriends, and this is Biz Girlfriend Chats, and we're talking today with Tresa Leftenant. Teresa, welcome to our biz chats.
Thank you, Karen. It's so cool to be on camera with you again. Remember, it was years ago, the first one we did, right when you were very starting Fave. So it feels like we've come a distance since then.
We have, and ladies can still go watch that on our YouTube channel. And you were so great. I have to tell you, I was a little intimidated. You were so professional and you looked so lovely. And it was our very first in-studio filming. Yeah. And it was just fun. And it turned out, I was really quite impressed at how well we did.
I was too, yeah.
And we have come a long ways. We've journeyed together, and that's really what Fave is about. It's about that journey and about creating this really safe space for us to be vulnerable with each other and to grow and do all these beautiful things. So it's good to have you here.
Thanks.
So today we're gonna have a live conversation about so here at Fave we are building a business pathway for women. It's just one of the pieces of our membership, but so we're going to talk to Teresa and how she helps people, whether they are in that foundation stage, a growth stage, or maybe they're the leader in their business and expanding their business. And it's about around that personal development, where you take them from where they're at currently and where they want to be. And so where do you take them to? What do they experience when working with you? So first, tell us a little bit about you and what you have been up to.
Okay, so I'm a practicing certified financial planner with my own established business. And in working with so many women over the years, I have realized that there is a point that women get to where they want to go further in their financial lives, whether it's making more, saving more, having a bigger lifestyle, but something is in the way. And in my own life, I had that experience too. So I realized that I had to develop myself with a capital S, in order to really get to the higher levels of income and personal net worth that I had dreams of. So that's what I started a business called Reinventing Her. I wrote a book with about all of the qualities that women can develop, their inner qualities, to help them really achieve their financial dreams. I mean, the financial decision making is important, and there's a lot of ways that you can learn that online. But there's not so much about how do we tie together high self-esteem, confidence, taking personal responsibility, having a set of really important core values and principles. How do we manage our mind? And really, it's a day-to-day thing to manage your mind over financial decision making. How do we engage the law of attraction? All of those things are what I love to help women learn so that they can break through the upper limits that they put that they have for themselves around money.
Wow. Okay. There is a lot there, and I have a million questions. So yes. So one of the first things though, do you feel that sometimes that mindset, the breakthroughs, the awareness, all those things are even bigger than the actual decision-making process?
I absolutely do. Yeah. I absolutely do, because our mind really is fairly unconscious, and we are kind of on automatic pilot every day, right? We tend to do the same things over and over, so we tend to think the same things over and over. But then something can happen in our lives where suddenly there's this, whoa, I had no idea. We see something differently. We see something more clearly. But how do we use that new awareness? How do we integrate it into our lives? How do we actually make it work for us? That's where the real personal development is needed.
Oh my goodness. So women are in different stages as they come to Fave, as they're building their businesses. And we focus here on 3 of the different stages. We're not really talking about that woman who's launching her business. We're talking the first stage is that woman who is established. She's got some of the foundations, but she has to build some of the other foundations. So in what you do, where do you see that woman? Where is she at and where is she going to? And then we'll go to the other stages as well.
Okay. So I remember when I was in this stage where you're just trying to get any client to pay you any amount of money, right?
Yeah.
And you tend to like, oh, well, I don't really want to do this service or this thing, but I'll do it for you. And you find yourself grasping at anybody. And the other part that happens here is, okay, so it's no, this is not really the business this is not who I am. This is not who I'm becoming. So the boundary of saying no to people who aren't right for you, that requires personal development, self-awareness, new choices, courage. The other aspect of that is learning to charge what you're worth at the time. Where are you in your business? What is right for you to be charging now? And so many people who give advice say, well, you should be charging what you're worth, but they recommend that you charge what somebody who's been in business for 10 years would charge. Yeah. There's a graduated scale of what a woman can charge for her services based on her experience, based on, what she can really contribute. People who come to you for your business, they want results. They want change. They want something new in their lives. You have to be able to deliver that, and then you can charge more.
Absolutely. Great words. So then the woman who she has kind of she's mastered some of that self-development, and she's now moving on into that growth stage. She's got 10 plus clients, she's got a steady income coming. It's not a ton, but it's there. And she is starting to put in some places in her business, getting some help, maybe hiring her first VA, and seeing, so she is in a little different mind space. So where is she in her mind, and where does she need to be before she can go into that next space?
So the biggest danger in this part of development is overwhelm. And that is because we think we can do more than we actually can do. We forget that we're actually just human beings. We're not human doings. And everybody has a different level of how they can perform. And so a woman at this stage has to really be honest with herself and really explore, what can I do and what kind of balance do I need in my life? Because we can't devote 24/7 to our businesses, right? So learning how to really determine, I can do this much, and this is where I work well, I feel good, I have a life, and I can still continue to meet expanding revenue goals. So, sometimes we think, well, I have to work harder to make more money. That's not true. You have to learn more. You have to become someone new in order to reach higher and higher levels of wealth.
Wow. I loved what you said. Can you say that again? Because I think that was really key about learning more.
Yes. It's not only just learning more about whatever part of whatever business we're in, because we all have to learn more about our businesses, right? And about the skill that we have. We have to continue to develop that part. But it's really learning more about who you are and what you are meant to do in this world, and how much capacity you have, and to accept it, and to use that information to meet your goals, certainly. But it's about being realistic, isn't it, Karen?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I think I'm needing to hear this today. I'm going to just check that one little off.
Yeah.
And realizing the capacity, because I know as a women entrepreneur, a lot of times we spend 24/7 where, it can be all consuming. And I personally hit that spot this year when I broke my arm and my leg, where I had to say, I don't have the capacity. I have to take care of myself. And what is that going to look like for my business? And it grew bigger during that time. than any other time of the year. It's just really interesting how that law of attraction also works. So, yes.
Well, and the other thing, Karen, is not to feel bad about yourself or to let your self-esteem suffer, because if you and there's another element I have to put is competition with others, because we are competitive, especially entrepreneurial women. We do get some energy out of, hey, I want to get where that person is. But sometimes we just have to be okay and still love ourselves and accept ourselves with the capacity that we have at any given time. And your example is perfect. You went through something, and of course you have more capacity when you're feeling completely healthy, but we can all go through situations like that too. We have to remember that we're still amazing, wonderful women regardless.
We are. And I think one of the biggest challenges that I've seen of women in our community is life distractions.
Yeah.
It's not, a lot of times, not about the business at all. It's about all the other things that we manage in our lives. So yeah, so that woman is making some money, and now she's kind of entering into that expansion stage. She's stepping in as a leader in her business, and maybe sometimes a leader of other leaders. Mm-hmm. And so what does that woman, as she is going there from that growth to really expand her business, and maybe she's starting to being paid for speaking, or she's going, she's being asked to be on podcasts, that type of space. So what does that, and now she's thinking, okay, I could create some wealth, not just an income, but I could create a bigger space where I can make a bigger impact. So what does that look like for her?
What comes to my mind is strategic alliances. And because women love to be in groups, they love to be a part of something, and that's why Fave is so incredible, and why the women in Fave grow more quickly than women who are trying to do it on their own. I can say that for myself, because my business, I did it all by myself for a really long time, and I love the camaraderie and the support that I get in Fave. So strategic partnerships with people who are of like mind, who have ambition as you do, who want the same kind of things that you do. And so you can begin to support and grow into the higher levels together. That's when I think it really gets exciting. Now, of course, when you get to these levels, you have to make good decisions. And one of the things that I have to say through all of these levels is women have a tendency to spend too much money. And I mean on programs and in their personal life. Women tend to spend money on making themselves feel better emotionally, and also to compete with other people. This is one of the areas that I work on with my clients when we are doing personal development, is to really explore, what is all this spending about? What is all this grasping for the very next, great program? I can't tell you how many women entrepreneurs that I've seen that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on programs that never help them. So it's about something. That's why you have to figure out why you're doing it, and then feed that that need or that desire or whatever it is. Feed it in some other way.
Wow. Thank you for saying that, because that is one of the reasons I am coming and putting this biz pathway for our biz girlfriends together. Because when do you need to have a course, right, and where does it fall into, so you can really strategically build your business, and you'll know the budget then too. Because you'll know, okay, I take this class here, this will help me. And we back it up with people like you, who are our trusted resources of women that we have worked with, that we have seen results from the classes and workshops. Because there's a lot of things out there, and bless the people who are trying to make it all work. Sometimes it's just not what you need at the right time.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that women are moving forward courageously and really seeing some results as they go. So so Tresa, as we kind of wrap up our conversation here, let's talk just a little bit about your journey here at Fave, and what is maybe something that you just maybe was surprising when you came here, that you just weren't expecting, and kind of the growth that you have seen with you and your business while you have been here.
Okay, perfect. Well, I definitely have really loved the like-minded connectedness of the people in Fave, because guess what? We're all building businesses together. So we have this common thing. And when we get together, which I love the live events where we can actually look eye to eye and we can hug each other and we can learn something about who the woman is as a person. That's what really makes me happy. And it gives me energy and it gives me new ideas. The second thing that I love and surprised me was your weekly check-in calls, which I come every week.
Yeah.
And I have a busy schedule, but I make time for it. And that's because I am filled with new ideas. I'm filled with connection. I'm filled with that support. I know I can pick up the phone and call women. I know I have women I can refer to. I have a whole bunch of resources now that I never had before. And so how this has helped my business is that I have a very busy financial planning practice, but this is my passion project, right? And I put time aside for this. And so my coaching income has just exploded since being with Fave. And I'm not saying that every new client that I have came from Fave, but what I am saying is that every new client had some sort of association through Fave. And so I see Fave as not only a potential business to develop my business, but also just friendships and new ideas and possibilities that I would never have had except for this group.
Absolutely. Oh, Tresa, thank you so much, because sometimes it's just so hard to explain what is faith. Like, people are going, what is faith? So thank you so much. And to know that, and we say, come for the community, stay for the abundance, because the abundance is all those things that you just talked about. It's all those possibilities. And even today at our Biz Chats, just in vision casting, I learned so much about the other women and what they are aspiring to be and to have and to experience, not just in their business life, but in their personal life, and the impact that these women want to have, like yourself. And it's just so genuine how you invest your time and talents. So tell the ladies how they can work with you, because you have some really amazing things that how you connect with women.
Well, I do have a monthly class that I do. It's a free drop-in women's salon where we talk about these internal dynamic, this psychology with money. I present a lesson. We do an exercise together. We kind of debrief that, and we all learn something every single time. So that's the last Wednesday of the month, and you can find that on my website, which is reinventingher.com. And of course, you can also contact me. I have to say, I'm a one-on-one coach. I love the relationship, and I believe that personal development and transformation happens in the experience. And you need a guide, and I'm a reinvention guide. You need someone to help you integrate that into your life so that your life actually does change. So that's who I am. And I'd love to talk to anybody who'd like to explore that.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you so much. So many little nuggets of gold throughout this interview. Thank you for sharing with us and helping women really to see where they, in this different stages, what are the things that they should be focusing on, and especially with that mindset. And what building a business is all about money. So
yeah,
we might want to get that piece right.
Yep. Exactly. And thank you, Karen, for doing what you do. You're a born leader, and this organization is going to continue to grow and explode and serve more and more women, which means join now, because you really want to be a part of this experience.
Yes. And just a little note on that. Thank you, Tresa. I appreciate that. We now have an application process to be a part of this high growth minded entrepreneurial society of women really taking their businesses to those next levels. And so just pop on over to the app at favelifestyles.app or download on Apple or Android, ladies. And always good to chat with you, Tresa. And thank you for being my guest today,
Karen. Thanks.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.